Everyone in Green Valley feared racing against Bruno the Boar. He was big, he was strong, and he never stopped talking about how fast he was. But one day, a tiny animal challenged him, and Bruno's life changed forever. Every morning, Bruno walked through the valley saying the same thing. "I am the fastest animal alive." The rabbits sighed. The squirrels ignored him. The birds rolled their eyes. They had heard it 1,000 times before. One sunny afternoon, Bruno stopped beneath an old oak tree. He wanted everyone to admire him. Instead, he heard a voice. "Fastest animal alive?" The voice belonged to Charlie the chameleon. Charlie slowly climbed down a branch. Bruno laughed. "You? You can barely move." Charlie smiled. "Maybe." Charlie looked directly at Bruno. "I bet I can beat you in a race." For a moment, the valley became silent. Then Bruno exploded with laughter. Word spread quickly. A race was about to happen. Animals arrived from every corner of Green Valley. Nobody believed Charlie could win. The finish line was a giant oak tree near the river. Bruno stamped his feet. Charlie calmly waited. "Ready? Go!" Bruno ran like a storm. Dust flew behind him. Branches shook. Animals cheered. Victory seemed certain. Just before the race began, Charlie had quietly dropped onto Bruno's back. Now he held tightly to Bruno's fur, and Bruno never noticed. Bruno reached the oak tree. He smiled proudly, then he heard a familiar voice. That was close. Charlie was already waiting beneath the tree. Bruno stared. His mouth fell open. His legs trembled. How? Nobody could explain it. Bruno became furious. This race doesn't count. There must be a trick. Charlie simply smiled. Among the crowd stood Toby the frog. He had watched everything, and he had an idea. Trying to save his pride, Bruno shouted, "Maybe Charlie got lucky, but nobody swims better than me." Toby raised an eyebrow. "Nobody? I challenge you." The crowd gasped. A frog challenging a boar? Bruno laughed even harder than before. The race would circle the entire pond. The first one back would win. Toby quietly disappeared before the race started. Hidden around the pond were dozens of frogs. Brothers, sisters, cousins, friends, all ready to help. Bruno jumped into the water. He swam with all his strength. Soon Toby was far behind. Or so Bruno thought. Bruno lifted his head. "Toby, where are you?" A frog answered ahead of him. "Right here." Bruno blinked. How had Toby gotten in front? Bruno swam faster. Soon he called again. "Toby!" Another frog answered ahead. "Right here." Again, and again, and again. Every time Bruno looked up, Toby seemed to be winning. Bruno pushed harder than ever before. His muscles burned. His lungs hurt. Still, he could not catch Toby. At last, Bruno reached the finish line, exhausted, breathing heavily. Toby was already there, waiting calmly. The crowd erupted in cheers. For the first time in his life, Bruno stopped bragging. Charlie stepped forward. Toby smiled. You don't have to be the fastest. You only have to be smart enough to keep learning. Years later, animals still remembered Bruno. Not because he was fast, but because he finally learned something more important. Strength can win a race, but wisdom can win a life. If you enjoyed this story and would like to learn more English through fun and simple adventures, make sure to subscribe. Give this video a like and share it with a friend who is learning English too. And remember, every story teaches a lesson, and every lesson helps your English grow. See you in the next adventure!